Hello, I have come to Bikini Bottom to disguise my voice like a elephant man. How's it going, everyone? My name is Mike, and today I would like to talk about some serious things. Things that you may not want to hear, things that may seem controversial, things that may get me canceled, things that may bring a bit of a tear to thy eye. But I felt so inclined to talk about this that I actually pressed record. And here we go. So we're just going to hop right into it. Hope everyone's prepared. I hope everyone has their vomit bags. And we're just going to hop in the first subject, which is the Hulk, 2003. Now, the 2003 Hulk is very special to me. By the way, fun fact, the director did not let the actual actor ever put on the suit to be the Hulk. The director was literally the Hulk. He gave all the motion. But anyway, beside the point, Hulk 2003 does not receive as much credit as it should. It's an excellent Hulk movie. It has a deep psychological analysis of the Hulk. Maybe that's stretching it too far. I don't think it's stretching it enough. I think Hulk 2003 was excellent. I think it encompasses exactly what the Hulk is, which is a big monster smashing stuff and having the coolest scenes ever. I mean, if you remember the desert scene in the movie, it goes on for a very long time. And he grows bigger and bigger the angrier it gets. He's not some friggin' professor from the current movies. He's not a whatever the movies depict him in the latest. There's She-Hulk that they just made, that abomination. Every time I see the CGI for that, I wince. I do a little like that, just because of how the 2003 Hulk was just so good. Also, here is a controversial topic. Don't take Batman and decide to make a female version and call her Batgirl. Don't take Superman and decide to make a girl superhero called Supergirl. Don't take Hulk and make a She-Hulk. There are a lot of fantastic superhero female superheroes that are actually original. So that's just my controversial take there. Anyway, Hulk 2003 also had one of the best soundtracks, of course, from the famous and the most talented Danny Elfman. So I just thought I needed to get that out of there. I needed to get it off my chest because it was resting very heavily on my soul. Hulk 2003 gave me nightmares many times over the poodle. There's this one scene where the poodle is turned into a super mutant and the Hulk smashes it through the windshield, and that was the most terrifying scene to me. I remember as a kid, I would have dreams of a 6-foot tall poodle on its bipedal legs standing over my bed watching me sleep. So in conclusion, the Hulk 2003 was just a great movie. It has all the greatness of the Hulk and great soundtrack and good characters. I mean, there's Nick Nolte, and the funniest scene I think in the whole movie is at the ending when Nick Nolte is interrogating his son or whatever's happening there, and he just gets up and goes, "You watch me go, you watch me go," and then he just bites into a freaking cable, and it's a great scene. Hulk 2003, highly recommend. On to the next controversial topic. Actually, this one I don't really have much of an opinion on, but Superman Returns, another superhero film. It's not going to be all superhero related. However, at first I was going to make it all superhero related, so that's probably why I put the first two as superhero movies. Superman Returns was not a bad movie. Perhaps it came out at a bad time. Perhaps it came out in that weird time where they were still trying to make movies that weren't connected to a universe. And Superman Returns was not a bad movie. I think the casting choices maybe could have been a little bit more selective. I thought Brandon Ruth did a very good job. I don't remember Lois Lane, and maybe that's why I'm saying the casting need to be like, I don't remember Lois Lane. I don't know who she was. I remember there was Parker Posey, and then there was the whatchamacallit guy for Lex, and I'm not very good at names. Besides that, there's some really fun scenes in that movie. I don't think it's a bad movie. I don't think it's a great movie. I just think it's a movie that's quite frankly forgotten about. I mean, I literally just watched a video yesterday saying like, they were talking about all the Supermans, and they were going through them, and they just completely forgot about Superman Returns, which is kind of sad, but something I just wanted to bring up. Okay, Jurassic Park 3. Jurassic Park 3. Now, this actually might be quite controversial because people just hate that movie, right? Everything was like electronical, or how do you call it? Animatronic. All the dinosaurs, I think, were animatronic, and then they switched over to CGI for some things. But so today, is it funny to me? Yes, in some scenes. I mean, when Grant wakes up to the freaking nightmare where the raptors are on board and they're talking to him, that was funny. Did it age well? I think it comes down to preference to what you are scared of. When you are 7 to 10 years old and you're watching your first Jurassic Park movie, and it just so happens to be Jurassic Park 3, and you're terrified of dinosaurs, but you love dinosaurs as a kid. I loved dinosaurs as a kid. I had a lot of stuff. Not as much as Spider-Man, but I had my dinosaur phase. However, when you watch your first Jurassic Park film, and it's Jurassic Park 3, and you are a kid, let me tell you something. There's no going back. There's no more sleeping. I probably I went to manhood that night because, watching a raptor put its claw in the back of someone's neck, and Spinosaurus just racing out, just chewing a guy. Those were all horror scenes back in the day. So till today, I still remember and recall Jurassic Park 3, even though I've rewatched it many times over, as very terrifying, because just as a kid, how much it impacted me, of just like, this is absolutely, brutal and scary. And I don't like any TV shows or movies where things are eating humans. I still till this day never like stuff like that. I don't watch zombie stuff because of that, except if it's Shaun of the Dead. And I don't watch, I don't know. I don't really like eating, like creatures eating or whatever, also torture movies. I never was into that. Back on subject though, I have a notification somewhere. Back to topic though, Jurassic Park 3. Listen, it's not a bad movie. It ain't a bad movie. You guys are really just, I understand. The animatronics are kind of a downfall from the first film. The second film, most people don't talk about. It's just one of those things where, I watch it because of Jeff Goldblum. However, the animatronics are scary in itself to me because it was so like, I don't know what I did there. I guess that was like animatronic move or something. I guess because it was like that, it was scary to me. Therefore, what was my point? The bird cage scene, that was kind of cool. I was terrified of that bird when it was like walking almost bipedally. maybe I have a thing with like creatures walking bipedally. It is creepy, I will say. But when I saw that thing like come out of the smoke or fog or whatever, and he just was like this huge, massive, like lurking thing, it was actually scarier in that form than when it had wings. But yeah, that was freaky. And the Spinosaurus, oh my gosh, that thing terrified me. It terrified me as a kid, because there was one scene, and I understand the scene is stupid to some people, but when it was standing in the woods, just all silent, and you heard the cell phone go off, and then the chase happened, yes, it's stupid because, okay, it made no noise, number one. Number two, it wouldn't just be standing there. It's not like it's that intelligent that's trying to scare the humans. But as a kid, with not thinking too much about it, that was terrifying. On to the next subject. Movie, rather. Van Helsing. I don't really have an opinion on Van Helsing. I just wrote it down because it was one of the movies I just remembered off the top of my head. Van Helsing. What can I really say about Van Helsing? Besides, my dad found Kate Beckinsale to be very, very pretty, and she is pretty, very, very naturally pretty. And him watching Underworld for the 50th millionth time, I thought she was a really wait a minute. Oh yeah, I thought she was a good part of the cast, and I thought Hugh Jackman did a good job. I thought the other guy did a good job. The movie is weird, being a kid and watching it, because you feel like you shouldn't be watching it. I guess that's just a preference to how you grew up. But that movie, I remember, was just like terrifying to me, just because I've never liked werewolves. I liked them in the sense that they do scare me. And they had some gnarly looking CGI werewolves. And yes, I know it's very CGI, that movie. That movie is like CGI overload. It's like CGI The Hobbit, which I did not write down. The Hobbit I thought it was a good series, even though it was completely, it should have just been one movie technically, and they added a bunch of other stuff, very CGI oriented and silliness, and I can go on. However, I enjoyed the Hobbit series. I think it was actually the Hobbit series I watched before Lord of the Rings, which is somehow like a curse. My friends say I'm cursed, and they're staying away from me for another 4 years because of it. But I like the Hobbit movies. Back to Van Helsing, though. I don't really know why I wrote it down. I probably have more to say about The Hobbit than Van Helsing. But yeah, I remember there were some pretty cool action scenes. It's really a movie that you could just sit down with a bucket of popcorn, watch, enjoy, crap out, flush, and, remember it in the next 5 years. So, was it a good movie? Go back, a minute when I was talking about it and maybe decipher. I don't really know what the I don't. Yeah, it's neutral for me. Okay, with a very controversial subject. So please guard yourself on this next one. Sit down, perhaps, because I'm about to say it, and I'm about to say it in very few words. Avatar, the movie, sucked. Don't like it. Didn't care for it. Really boring. Just because it has terrific CGI or whatever they were talking about it, and because James Cameron did, great, I was not interested in the story whatsoever. Completely boring. I wanted to, how do I say this in correct terms? Politically correct terms. I'm just not going to say it. I wanted to fall asleep during the movie. I wanted to halfway during the movie, because it's just, honestly, have not watched it since I was a kid. Don't remember too much, but maybe today I can find a little bit more to like about it. However, from what I remember, it was the equivalent of Happy Feet, the Penguin movie my grandmother used to put on, and I used to be like, this is depressing, this is long, so much. Okay, let's talk about Happy Feet for a second, even though I didn't write it. And I know we're getting off subject, like with Van Helsing, with the other thing I brought up. Happy Feet, it feels and it felt like a 4-hour movie that just went on and on and on. Take a note out of Madagascar, the penguin movie that they made. Okay, I don't really remember too much. That had good pacing. It had some humor. Happy Feet was just weird. It was weird. It was a weird film. It was like just depressing at the end of it. I don't remember the ending of it. I don't remember even reaching the end of it. Maybe it's still going on at my grandmother's house from 2006. Okay. Let's get into the next topic, which I'm also not going to discuss too much into. The Big Bang Theory. It's not funny. I tried watching it. I can't even say I tried watching it. I watch like the funniest bits of it on YouTube, and it seems like all the old people really are into it. It's their sense of humor, which really makes no sense because I feel like they just would not catch all the cultural references and the pop cultural references, but apparently they do, and they love it. And I tried, and I know I love The Office. I love Parks and Recreation. People say they hate The Office, so you know what? Everyone's humor is different, and I know I understand if you see myself differently now, because I dislike The Big Bang Theory, and I just don't find it funny. Maybe it is funny, and I'm just not watching the right scenes. Who knows? But I stand by it. I'm noticing now how much I have to say about each topic, and I think I wrote down a little too much because I don't have that much time to record this. But and also my throat. Excusez-moi. Oh, give me 1 second. Oh my gosh. That's a good cup of coffee. Wow. Okay. Millions. Millions is a movie from 2001. 2001 is what I call the pinnacle year. The pinnacle. Look up. Do me a favor. Look up the movies, the songs, the TV shows that were made in 2001. I mean, terrific year. Terrific year. I think there is like Shrek, Harry Potter 1, Lord of the Rings 1, Donnie Darko, fudge, now I'm going to forget. I looked it up a while ago though. Like even the songs that came out that year were on fire. 2001 was the year. If anyone has a year that they particularly like, or they notice has a ton of movies and stuff that from that year that they just absolutely love, leave a comment below. Tell me what year it was. I'm curious, because 2001 just seemed like the year that was just, it was that time, man. And then just everything went down from there. I can't confirm that either. Chuck, by the way, Chuck the TV show, great show. Didn't write that down on here, but just wanted to point that out. Chuck was a great TV show. Very fun. Okay. Millions. I already mentioned, and I just completely skipped past it. Millions was a great movie, in my opinion. It's one of those movies that no one understands why I like it. No one can understand it at all. But for some reason, it's the music in it, it's the scenery, the really green grass over in Britain, and just the overall feel and the message, and it's making me all campy and warm inside. It almost reminds me that I have a heart. Millions is great. Millions is about a kid who runs into a ton of money that was robbed, and he doesn't know, and he talks to these saints. He thinks he's seeing these saints, and they're trying to guide him, and he just wants to give everything to the poor, and his brother and everyone else just wants to use money for their selfish reasons. And it's just, I love that movie. If you get a chance, pop in Millions, now, or wait till Christmas, that time comes up. it's to me, it's a good movie. If you were to watch it, I completely understand if you're gonna tell yourself this is just a kids movie. Like, I don't understand why he said that was that great. I understand it. I just love the movie Millions. Next movie I wanted to talk about is August Rush. It's like one of those movies where Robin Williams is an enemy, and in all honesty, it's another movie my grandmother just put on one day, and I just watched it. Quite frankly, I'm not a big fan of August Rush the movie. I understand maybe it's a appeal to people. It's about a kid who like is born and he's very musically inclined. His parents are very musically inclined, but they separate, and he gets put in an orphanage or something like that. Then he runs away, and he is homeless, and he's like playing music, and he's like figuring out a guitar for the first time ever, but he just knows how to play it because of the sound it makes. And then he becomes a composer, and Robin Williams tries to take advantage of him in the film, and use him for financial gain, and and then he finds his parents and him. It's a blah movie to me. I mean, it has pretty music. There's something in it. Perhaps it's on the same level in the same time period as Millions, and maybe even with the same message. However, I just wanted to mention it because I feel like I'm the only person that knows the movie August Rush. However, then we come to the next one, which is Red Riding Hood of 2006. No, I'm not going to mention Hansel and Gretel here. One of the greatest nostalgic movies, Hansel and Gretel. Everyone remembers it, but they don't know how, and they don't know when they watched it. But they remember as a kid watching Hansel and Gretel, the movie with Howie Mandel, and everyone just like losing their mind, like, I remember that. Oh, and it's weird. But anyway, Red Riding Hood 2006. A lot of these films, I feel like I just went to the library one day. My mom got it for me, or I found it. My mom got it for me on the library card, brought it home, put it in the DVD, and we wondered, where in the F did this movie come from? Because Red Riding Hood 2006 is something out of a fever dream with a rather popular, I can't even say he's a rather popular, so it does star Henry Cavill, surprisingly. Oh my gosh, very surprisingly. Then there's another guy who's popular today, I think. I think he's still popular. He plays like the wolf in it. It is a movie that has the worst CGI, the worst soundtrack or musical soundtrack. It's the weirdest, almost the creepiest. Like, it's weird. It's weird to an annoying level. Like, just the one song was all about eating this girl because she was Red Riding Hood and he was a wolf, but it somehow just got very, it didn't age well. So if you are curious about what I am even discussing, look up Red Riding Hood 2006 and look up the song I Need Her Now. Did not age well. Was not a good movie. Awful in probably every sense. Henry Cavill probably had to alert his lawyers afterwards. Yeah, I think Red Riding Hood actually does rap. She sings rap in the movie. If that didn't pique your interest, I don't know what it's going to pique your interest in this. Spider-Man 1. Terrific movie. You thought I was going to probably say it was horrible. No. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 1 and 2 were amazing. Some would say that the second movie is better than the first. I'm going to remain neutral on that. I will not judge you whether you say the second one's better than the first or the first one's better than the second. I'm just here to say Spider-Man was I had every single Spider-Man toy as a kid. My room was painted blue. My curtains my grandmother made were Spider-Man. I had stickers. I had bottle cans. I had action figures. I had web slingers. I had bed sheets, bed blanket, bed pillowcases. I had puzzles built. I had literally everything in my room Spider-Man. I was a Spider-Man fanatic. Also, little hint, anything that Danny Elfman has composed, I absolutely love. From what I understand, I don't think there's a movie out there I haven't well, that might not be true. But anything Danny Elfman has his hand in when it comes to the music, I just go gaga over. And to me as a kid, that just encapsulated in me, and I'm a huge fan of Danny Elfman. I believe he was also in Oingo Boingo, a band from the 1980s, I think, before he started composing. But all I wanted to say about Spider-Man 1, besides all that, which I didn't need to say, is his webs that came out of his hands. Okay, I understand the comic books, he makes web cartridges or whatever. Why? Why make him not a spider? I mean, he doesn't look like a spider, but why not at least give that element that it's actually in his hands? I mean, come on, Stan Lee. Actually, I don't know if Stan Lee created Spider-Man or not. I think he did. But I will say, Spider-Man 1, I really liked how the webs were inside him. Like, he was actually Spider. I mean, why just half-butt it? I mean, you have him having super strength. He has those things that come out of his hand that can stick to walls. He has spider sense. Why not naturally have something come out of his hands? Why do you need a cartridge? I watched the other ones, and why the cartridge? Sorry, I'm being very controversial again. I want you to go ahead in the comments, write canceled channel, ASMR channel, canceled mic. That'll get it moving on Twitter. Although if I want to be canceled on Twitter, it would probably just be like the first thing I said. All right, we only have a few more, so I'm going to speed through these. Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider is one of the coolest Marvel superheroes, anti-villain superheroes. Ghost Rider is just the coolest Marvel superhero. I remember watching Nicolas Cage one, the first one. That's an underrated movie. I love that movie. It's a great movie. What's a great line? There's like this line where he goes, "That's what they keep telling me." What's another one? There's some crazy. I keep thinking of the second one, and that one was bad. CGI was great, but the rest was bad. Nicolas Cage's performance was just amazing in the first one. The second one, a bit very unhinged in some parts. Just like the second one, The Spirit of Vengeance, where he's just like interrogating a guy. He goes like, "He's climbing out the door." Right? It's Nick Cage. I mean, if you're out there, somewhere, wherever you are, good job. Pat yourself on the back. He's crawled his way out of this industry, and he just keeps on going. I mean, he's never going to stop. Nick Cage, God bless your soul. I love him. But also, Ghost Rider. Why is it so, like, why is there no other movies? Why not readapt it? Why not have Dean from Supernatural play Ghost Rider and have it be a car, so it could be another rider? Or I don't really know the lore. I'm just saying, Ghost Rider is a super cool superhero. Make more movies. My voice is giving out. I do apologize. Whiplash. Whiplash is an incredible movie. If you were to say to me, Michael, there is a movie that's very dramatic and very good, and it revolves around playing the drums to perfectionist level, I would say, no thank you, I'm going to watch Hulk 2003. However, that is putting it lightly. Whiplash is amazing. Whiplash is amazing. So much respect to the director. I mean, you made a freaking movie on perfectionism and playing the drums well. You deserve every Oscar towards you. I mean, the performance is amazing. The intensity, the intensity of that movie, amazing. Just A grade. Now, what else after that? Only 2 more movies. Wow. How long have we been going? I feel like I've been doing this for the 30 minutes. The last 2 movies are near and dear to my heart. Yes, I do have 2 little sisters. I am the oldest in my family. That makes no sense. I'm the oldest of my siblings. And so when I say this, I am watching these movies with my sisters. Well, particularly one sister. I don't know about the one movie, but 2007's, I want to say, could be wrong, Nancy Drew, and 2003's, maybe I'm wrong with that, or 2005, Aquamarine, both starring Emma Robertson. Listen. If you think I'm going to start ripping on these movies, you have something else coming towards you, because these movies are essentially my childhood. I wanted to be Nancy Drew. I wanted to be Nancy Drew very bad. Michael made a satchel filled with all Nancy Drew's supplies. He just didn't have the lemon loaf that Nancy Drew in the movie that Emma Robertson had. Nancy Drew, I just love that movie. It's very near and dear to my heart, as well as Aquamarine. Raymond. Everyone thinks I'm like the weirdest person for watching and knowing those movies even, but I'm like, I have sisters. Hey, I watched Barbie Nutcracker. Hey, I watched Barbie Swan Lake. Hey, I watched Barbie Rapunzel. Okay? I have sisters. They've had Polly Pockets. I know the lingo. I'm in with the clique. I'm the cool guy. I'm the cool brother. Nancy Drew, I wanted to be her. I wanted to get good grades because of her. Also because of Jimmy Neutron and Meet the Robinsons. But other than that, Nancy Drew. Love that movie. Underrated. Aquamarine. Aquamarine. Love that movie. Very near and dear to my heart. I love where they filmed it. Don't know where they did film it. I think it was Australia. A very cool atmosphere. No, that sounds lame. I just like the movie. I can't explain it. Besides, it's nostalgic. I watched it with my sisters. The song choices in there. I mean, Nancy Drew had the Gorillaz, Dare. Pretty much amazing. Was actually original from them. Rooney, Where Did Your Heart Go Missing? Great. Nancy Drew's Persephone's Bees. The band Nice Day, I think it's called. Great song. And also with Aquamarine, they had Weezer, Island in the Sun. Let me ask you a question about Aquamarine. M or W? Only people who watch that movie will get that reference. But anyway, great movies in the sense of nostalgia and complete personal reference, but I wanted to mention them. They're great movies. Okay, I'm done getting off my soapbox. I've had my energy coffee for today. Hopefully everyone is on board with this. If not, you can feel free to cancel me and leave in the comments, what movies do you think were overrated, underrated, or just basic opinions. All right, everyone. Till next time. See you later.